Welcome to Rob Schmitt Tonight. When Democrats subverted democracy and anointed Kamala Harris their de facto candidate for president last week, the first thing that a lot of us questioned were what exactly is going to happen in the swing states and how an incompetent diversity hire is going to poll in places like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. It's hard to imagine the American blue-collar middle class being duped by Kamala's manufactured laugh or impressed by zero accomplishments as Vice President of the United States. How will Kamala Harris, the most liberal senator from the land of fruits and nuts, do in holding up the blue wall, was the question. And last night we got a glimpse of what this campaign is going to look like, and it was even worse than we imagined. White Dudes for Harris was an overly hyped campaign Skype meeting last night. It was reminiscent of COVID and Biden's miserable and very lazy campaign. It was coordinated by middle-aged beta male Mark Green, a woke crusader who is on a mission to destroy masculinity. Allegedly, it was attended by thousands of men who are either gay or straight with unsatisfied wives. It was a cacophony of soft-soaked, emasculated, modern men, apologizing for their maleness and seeking forgiveness by pledging to vote for Kamala Harris.
Masculinity as a trope has been co-opted by the MAGA right into something that feeds into and exacerbates the loneliness epidemic.
The vibes right now are incredible.
I keep saying over the last 8 years, if there is a God, she's a terrible writer.
On the night of Tuesday, November 8th, 2016, I stood over my kid's bed and I wept.
We aren't running against Donald Trump. We are running against Donald Trump.
I feel so sorry for the women in this country. B-list celebrities asking regular Americans being gutted by inflation to donate to Kamala Harris was the point of what we saw last night and what you just saw. At one point, they actually demanded that people give money, even if they don't have it. It was as pretentious and disconnected and just strange as you would have expected. This is how they plan to hold the Rust Belt against Donald Trump and his new vice presidential pick, JD Vance, who, according to New York Mag, a left-wing rag, has Democrats sweating. From an article this week after Vance won the beep stakes, Democrats, privately at least, registered the pick with some alarm. During his RNC address, a Midwestern Democrat operative who had been sending anti-Vance texts throughout the day wrote back, "This speech is scary good and compelling." And it was. In truth, the whole JD Vance story is all those things, and he is the perfect counterpunch to the anointment of Kamala Harris. He shores up the states where Kamala is going to bleed Joe Biden's support the most. JD Vance is a Rust Belt kid. His story, his book, connects him intimately to the states that Trump needs to win most. And clearly, Democrats have no idea how to handle him at all, which is why this is what they've sounded like all this week.
These guys are just plain weird.
Vance has done something more extreme, more weird, more erratic.
I don't think Kamala Harris is going to pick anyone as weird and creepy as JD Vance.
A super weird idea from JD Vance.
Yeah, it's quite weird.
What was weird was him joking about racism today and then talking about Diet Mountain Dew. Who drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
They're just weird. I mean, they really are.
It's not just that he said a lot of things that are weird.
These guys are just weird. Have you ever seen the guy laugh? That seems very weird.
JD Vance is awfully weird.
So for having a moderate position on abortion and believing women should embrace motherhood and have children, JD Vance is weird. Yes, they all got the talking point. That's the best that they could do. Author Michael Malice with a great take on this. Weird is their reaction when they haven't received instructions from the cathedral about how to integrate something in their ongoing narrative. They are incapable of independent judgment and thought in general. And that is exactly it. They don't know what to say, so they're all saying the same thing.